Heyo, what is going on, everybody? Niko Exxtra live with Certified Luke Kurtis. What's going on, brother? How you doing?
Hey, bravo, Niko, my brother. That entrance to this was amazing. That was phenomenal.
You like that?
Yeah,
You like that entrance?
I do. I see stardom on the horizon for you. I'm not gonna lie. That was top tier.
I appreciate
Hey,
it.
listen,
are we good here with echoes?
Well, how about you?
Go ahead.
I can hear you fine.
I'm good. I just wanted to make sure we're good. We're live on TikTok over here with over 150 people. So
we're
I just
rocking.
want to make sure everything was good. Keep going. Tell your story. Talk it out.
Yeah. I can't even remember what I was gonna say now since you cut me off. Oh, what I was gonna say is that I have been on a lot. What are we calling this? Is this a podcast or is this like Niko's show? What is this?
It's a show. It's a show technically, yes.
Okay, so listen, I've done a lot of interviews on different shows and on podcasts, and that was the best entrance that I've ever seen to this date. Like, no bullshit. Like, that was it, bro. That was it.
I really appreciate that. You know, I do marketing for a living, so certain things I expect to be able to do well. Social media, things like that, videos. You know, I take a lot of pride in it, and I really appreciate you giving me my kudos for that. So thank you very much.
You know, sometimes the wrestling business struggles with those things. You know.
Oh, I mean, you know, I can help you out with anything you need.
It can be a sloppy business sometimes.
Oh, I have no doubt about that one at all. I'm going to end. I don't know if I'm going to end this shit because I don't like it. I'm ending the TikTok.
Our stream?
Because I think it's messing up our style, but I clicked the TikTok stream because it was annoying me. I think it's slowing me down. Does this sound better? I feel like we're better now. Everyone who is here, thank you so much for joining us. I'll add it back in a second.
Hey, it's your show, brother.
It's all good. I can always do the replay. Certified Luke Kurtis, for those of you that don't know, this man is a grinder in professional wrestling. I don't want to use the word grind. I don't know why I use that. This man bumps and grinds. No, this gentleman right here.
I'm a workhorse.
Yes, he's tough. We met him in Florida a few years back. Instant connection. We have a lot in common. A lot of mutual goals to be successful and have greatness. And then you moved away. You just packed your shit up and moved out of here and left. And where are you currently living? Tell the people. I know what you have going on. Tell the people what you have going on currently, where you're at, who you got beef with, everything, all that wrestling stuff. Let's go.
Okay, so yeah, I left Florida honestly just because I needed something else. You know, it was time for me to move on, and I feel like a lot of wrestlers probably have that problem in their career where they get stuck in one place. Just always know that you got to like be where you're at until it runs its course, and then it's time to move on, you know, and it was time to move on. So what happened was I had been trying to get in with OVW for a while. Layla and I finally made the trip up there. We got booked, and instantly I told her, I was like, we need to move to Kentucky. Just because the locker room was great, and I have a hard time fitting in with locker rooms. I don't know what it is. Maybe I don't even say that much, you know. I'm just so quiet, I guess, and to myself that people kind of think I'm an asshole sometimes. I mean, so I guess I'm an asshole. But came up to OVW, loved the locker room, and really what I enjoyed about it was that it was the closest thing to working for WWE or AEW as far as time cues, running a live show weekly, referees being mic'd up, cues from the back, just a more professional style of learning how to wrestle and run television. And that's what I want to be. I want to do television. I want to be a TV star, right? So came up to Kentucky, started tearing it up here. I became a three-time champion my first year. The Rush Championship is very dear to my heart. It was the first title I ever got that I feel like really meant anything to me. And I'm feuding with this guy. He's a fucking Florida guy. A lot of people down there know him, Blanco Loco. You know, Level X, one of the Level X guys, at least his fucking girl. I unmasked his ass, so he no longer has that shitty mask that he wears. I ripped that shit off at OVW. Yeah, I helped him out. I did help him out. Let's be honest. At the end of the day, if you watch the cage match that I just had with him, he was looking like a star in there without that mask, you know. And that's why I always say, hey, that's why I always say, if you step in the ring with me, I'll make you famous, you know, because I'll take you to another fucking level. Because I push the envelope, I push the bar, you know. So I'm still dealing with Blanco. He just beat me fucking again, bro. He's beat me twice now. Still got my title, so it's real fuck you energy on site with him. And yeah, that's just really my focus right now.
You know, I saw a little bit about the match. There was a really cool spot where he jumped off the rope and you caught him in like a sleeper choker hold.
Yeah. And then I reversed it into my finish, the COA.
Yeah.
No.
So obviously you've done well in OVW. You've come a long way. You're now, you know, wearing championship belts. You're right on the cusp of greatness. Cause that's what, I mean, when I think of OVW, I think of like old school NXT, the good one, you know what I mean? Not this crap now. Not this awful shit. I'm talking about the good stuff where like Dusty Rhodes was there and he was like, because you got Al Snow, right? Correct. He's your Dusty Rhodes, so to speak. So this gentleman is showing you the way. Interviews, promos, you know, wrestling, like learning from a pro like that, and then going in the ring and executing every week's got to be, you know, satisfying for you because you're hungry to do, you know, greatness.
Yeah, like for take tonight for example. You know, tomorrow is our live television on Thursday. Every Wednesday we have training, obviously, and then we have a TV review where Al Snow comes in and he breaks down last week's television. You know, and he tells you, how can we make the show better? This is how you can be better on TV. This is what you're doing wrong. And that instantly for me, that's priceless. You know, and you don't get that anywhere. Somebody like Al Snow, there's things in professional wrestling that are intrinsic to the business. And when certain people pass away or certain people die or whatever it is, that information is lost forever. And those things are vital to making this business go the correct way. You know what I mean? There's a lot of ways to wrestle, obviously, but there's certain knowledge that you need to know to make money in wrestling, and it gets slowly lost over time, you know? So I'm really just trying to absorb as much of that information that I can, because I really do believe in my mind that one day I'm going to be helping guys. I'm going to be teaching guys, you know, and I'm going to have all this information that I've gotten from Al, because at the end of the day, like, my career changed when I came to OVW and I started working with Doug Basham, who's like our head trainer, and Al Snow, who is more of the mental side of it, you know? So they really put me on a path that helped me excel to the next level. Definitely. I owe so much to them, you know? Al is a fucking dickhead because he's been fucking me over and put me in the ring and, you know, in shitty fucking situations. So, you know, like, me and Al got beef right now, but at the end of the day, you know, he has helped me a lot. And I got to get in the ring with him, you know, in December. I did a Blizzard Brawl show. I got to work with him and Doug, D'Lo Brown. So that was a great experience, you know, being able to get in there and mix it up with him. It's all a learning experience, man. It's all preparing me in my mind for something greater, for the next level, you know, and I know that I'm going to excel. Like, I just know it. I know it, bro.
And I'm not trying to sit here and sweat you because you're on my show, but I felt the same way when I watched you. You know, you and your fiance, you guys kind of stuck out like sore thumbs at certain places, because there was this show and you'd see, like, you know, surfer jobber versus cow, you know, and then you guys would come out. I know you were doing your gimmick that you're not used to, but
I was the shits even then, you know, compared to now.
You guys still stuck out. And then in the ring, you did your thing, and it was always kind of like, well, that show, they definitely had a good match. The guy you were teaming with, who doesn't need to be mentioned, but like you could have went so many different directions, and you chose to go to OVW to better your career instead of just being like, oh, let me go to AEW Dark and get, like, you know, clotheslined every week. What you did some AEW Dark, right? You did some AEW.
I've worked for them 2 times now. OVW sent us the second time. The first time was really not a great experience for me, not because of AEW, but because I wasn't ready, you know, and I'm very picky with the way I do things in my career, and I got booked for AEW Dark, and I wasn't even trying to get booked, you know, like, somebody just ran into me. I wasn't in gear or anything, and they were like, hey, come to Dark. And I was like in a transitional period where I was going from the fucking cowboy bullshit to Certified Luke Kurtis. I didn't have gear. I didn't have the right shit, you know? So I know for a fact that it left like a sore mark on me, you know, and it takes time now to get over those things. So now in my mind, this is just my mind, you know, I might be making things up, but in my mind, my motivation is to prove that I'm not who you think I was the first time you saw me, no matter who you are. You understand? So I'm always refining myself, creating something new. And Certified Luke Kurtis now is it's the whole damn package. You know, I honestly believe that you could put me out there with anybody in the business and I get that motherfucker over tonight, bro. Tonight. Never even have stepped in the ring with them. The crowd will fucking hate me. I'll have them going crazy because I've learned what the fuck my job is and how to do it, you know? And not just be a fucking guy that runs a bunch of fucking spots. And you remember how it was when you met me? I mean, I didn't know anything about wrestling. I had to almost completely relearn, you know, everything that I was doing before to actually learn psychology, because psychology is making people feel emotion, you know, and that's just something that's been missed a lot in wrestling, making the fans really feel it. And everybody wants to get worked. Everybody want to sit on their edge of their seat and believe and buy in. You know, so my job is to make you believe that I am certified Luke Kurtis. This shit is not a work, bro. This is who the fuck I am. And every single day, my job is to make people believe I am who I say I am, because then you'll pay money to come see me, you know?
I absolutely agree with you. And you have come a long way. When did you decide to wear a robe? Because a robe is a big decision for someone. You know, I saw you in the robe and I was like, damn, this is a new certified Luke Kurtis. Like, you kind of, did you change instantly with the robe? Like, did you put it on and be like, this just feels right, and the gimmick just kind of took off? Because what happened there?
Yeah, fuck it. Let's go ahead and get into it. And this is why I was talking to you earlier about why I owe Doug and Al so much. Because when I came to OVW, I was certified Luke Kurtis, but it didn't mean anything. And I couldn't tell you who certified Luke Kurtis was. And the beautiful thing about being certified is it's like the nature boy. It's defined by me. I define what being certified is. When you look at certified, you're going to be like, oh, he's certified, because I exude what that is. But when I got there, I didn't have that. And I just remember Doug Basham, he said, hey, this is how the business is sometimes. He said, hey, kid, you know, let's go get a workout in. So I say, fuck, man. He takes me to an old school bodybuilding gym in Louisville. This is where John Cena used to work out, Batista, all these guys used to work out here. A lot of the OVW wrestlers would train at this gym. You know, it's famous over here, real old school. And we're in there, and about halfway through the workout, he looks over at me and he says, you know, certified is great and I love it, but there's no substance behind it. And he's like, he goes, how can we, you know, make certified what it is? And he was the one that told me. He said, have you ever thought about wearing a robe, you know? And I said, fuck, man. And he said, I want you to watch Ric Flair and study Ric Flair and put on a robe and get some trunks and emulate that type of style. So what I learned in the process was that you can never emulate somebody. And this is what it is. So like I would watch Conor McGregor, I would watch Ric Flair, I would watch Chael Sonnen, I would watch Buddy Landell, I would watch old wrestlers, and I would try in my mind. I would. This was the process. I haven't even really debuted the robe yet, and I'm already thinking like, okay, I got to be like this and like that. And at a point, it came to me, and I said, damn, bro, you just got to be your fucking self. And this is what Al Snow teaches. And this is why wrestling can be so easy sometimes, because I feel like Al never taught me how to wrestle. Al Snow never taught me one move. He never taught me one sequence. He never taught me one high spot. Is all Al ever taught me how to do was be more of myself. And the more of yourself that you are, the more believable that you're going to be. So Al Snow's goal, and this is what I tell people, you know, coming up in the business or anybody that asks me for advice, I say, you got to dig deep and be yourself. Every single week that I go out there, tomorrow when I'm on TV, my goal is to be more certified Luke Kurtis, more who I really am. Who am I when nobody's around, when I'm in front of the mirror? That's the person that I need to be. And that's what they've helped bring out of me. And that's how the robe came into play. And you know, I love it.
I do love it. And I think the robe definitely put you in another category.
And also, robes have been traditionally worn in wrestling and boxing to keep you warm before matches. Because if I'm in the back training, warming up, I don't want to walk out there cold. These guys are fucking stupid, bro. That's why they're not champions, and that's why they lose, because they're in the back with their fucking jean jackets, like, hoo, hoo, hoo. And then by the time it's time for their match, they're freezing cold. I'm still warmed up, hot, ready to go, ready to beat the fuck out of somebody. So that's usually the result.
Love it.
So the robe is effective.
So how long? How am I? fucking audio. How long have you been a wrestling fan? When did you, sorry, I'm just trying to do this stupid TikTok thing and it's not effing working. You guys can hear me, right?
I hear you fine, brother.
All right, I'm just checking. How long have you been a wrestling fan? Like, when did you watch your first wrestling match and be like, you know what, this is pretty cool?
Okay, so I can't go back that far to where my first match was. But when I grew up watching wrestling, it was like, oh, I'm sorry, I'm moving my table. When I grew up watching wrestling, my favorite wrestler was John Cena. Thugonomics. I went to Ace Hardware. I bought a padlock chain, a master lock. I walked around the house. It was Thug Life, Word Life. So I love John Cena, Eddie Guerrero. That was my era of wrestling. I hated the Big Show. I hated Sheamus. I hated Carlito. Funny enough, that Carlito was the first guy that I ever worked with any name that had ever been a WWE talent was fucking Carlito, bro. And I just remember growing up hating fucking Carlito, bro. So it's just crazy.
He's the guy you love to hate. He's got that gimmick.
Yeah, and now I respect these guys so much because I understand. But I had fell out of touch with wrestling because I became an amateur wrestler at a very young age. I was getting in a lot of fights at school. So my mom said, hey, bro, we got to put you in wrestling because you're fucking crazy. So she put me in wrestling, and they break professional wrestling from you very fast because every kid walks in there and wants to choke slam somebody. And they're like, hey, kid, that shit is not real. So my mindset was that professional wrestling was not real, like, oh, that's fucking fake, blah, blah, blah. And then I had fallen out of touch with it for many, many years. I never watched it again. And so I became a wrestler because Layla, she wanted to be a pro wrestler, and she was not even a fan like that either. She had just watched some Total Divas, done like audition for a reality show, and she was like, fuck it, let's go through with this wrestling thing. And I was like, I didn't want to do it, bro. I was like, this is fucking weird, bro. Like, you got some old guy in a fucking gym, like, oh yeah, I'll teach you how to wrestle. Like, like, what the fuck? And then funny enough, the first day after training, I walked out of there and I looked over at her and I said, I'm going to the WWE. Because I 100% knew in my mind when I took steps in the fucking mat and I felt the impressions, I was like, I could do this because I wrestled for many years before that. So in a sense, I'm not a wrestling fan. I don't watch wrestling nowadays or wrestlers and think, oh my God, I'm such a fan of you. And I think that's helped me exceed in the business because I don't look up to anybody. Like, I respect a lot of people and a lot of their work. I 100% do. But a lot of guys, I'm not like a fan. I'm not like, oh my God, you're this person. And I look up to you so much. I'm still a fan of the old school guys. Like, when I met Rey Mysterio, like, I knew in my mind I had to tell him, hey man, like when I do extra work for WWE and I'm backstage, there's not a lot of people that I approach. Not because, for one, I'm respectful, and two, because I'm not just going to go up to a guy and fucking kiss his ass and lie to him and be like, oh, I've been a fan of you my whole life, blah, blah, blah. But Rey Mysterio, I knew I had to tell him, like, hey man, you are like the greatest fucking wrestler of all time. And I still talk to kids today and I'm like, who's your favorite wrestler? And they're like, Rey Mysterio. And I'm like, holy shit, that was like everybody's favorite wrestler, even when I was a child. So like, how is that even possible? But
he's been doing it for so long, 20 years now. I mean, it's just been amazing. I feel the same way. We all love Rey Mysterio. How can you not love him? He's just done so much. It's interesting that you weren't really a wrestling fan, but you now love wrestling because you're an actual wrestler. Like, you love it for a different reason now.
Yes, and there's a lot that goes into that because obviously, like, well, not obviously, obviously, but before I got into professional wrestling, I had like a drug problem, and I was an alcoholic. It was bad. It was bad. And I've spoke about this before, and a lot more is going to come out about this like later in the year. Like, I worked on like a big project, but I was a drug addict when I got into professional wrestling. Like, wrestling got me sober. Layla helped get me sober. And for a long time after high school, I was not who I was. I was a ghost on social media. All the people that I had grown up with had no contact for me. They couldn't find me on Facebook. I didn't have Instagram. I didn't have any of that. I got all of that again when I got back into wrestling because Layla was the one that was like, hey, you need to start getting yourself out there again. But I became somebody that I didn't know. I had hair down to my ass, bro, and a beard that was this long. I look like Duck Dynasty, bro. I swear to
Oh my God.
bro. I swear to God, bro. You couldn't even recognize me.
Duck Dynasty.
My body looked like shit. I was just like, I was on a really bad path. I was not happy. You know what I mean? And
I can't even imagine that. That's just hard to even fathom.
Yeah. That was just fucking 4 years ago, bro.
Will you share privately a Duck Dynasty picture with me?
Yeah, 100%. Yeah. I got you.
That's amazing. That's amazing. Yeah. I mean, well, you've come a long way from there. You definitely don't have that.
So listen, let me bring it all back for you. So wrestling is where I got sober and I got cleaned up. So wrestling brought me back to who I almost was in high school. And I've always identified as an athlete, always been an athlete. So wrestling I've always looked at it as like, it's like my salvation, bro. Like, I really believe that wrestling is my salvation. It's given me a second chance at life. So I owe fucking wrestling a lot of shit, you know? I owe it, you know? So I'm going to excel in this motherfucker because it changed my life, bro. I have to, you know?
I believe you will as well, because you have that heart. And you know, coming from amateur wrestling, it almost makes it easier because you know how to grind already and beat that ass and all these words I'm using.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like in amateur wrestling, when you go in there and you fake punch someone comparing to like really giving someone a belly to belly or belly to back suplex or whatever you're doing in there, I mean, it's got to be almost cake to you to a certain extent. Obviously, these matches are difficult. Your cage match with Blanco was ridiculous and things like that. At the end of the day, is it easier for you think, because of amateur wrestling?
I think that, a lot of the movements are easier. You know, the way my body moves, I move more naturally like a wrestler than somebody that's in it to, like, you know, I know how to wrestle. So I bring more of my real wrestling into it because wrestling is supposed to be fucking real, bro. We're out there wrestling. It's not supposed to be a choreographed work of art. It's supposed to be two fucking people in competition trying to win, right? You would want to win, you think, you know? So I definitely feel like it's easier for me in that sense. I picked up a lot of the moves easier, and there's like an instinct to wrestling, you know, like when things go to shit, what are you going to do? How are you going to react? And, you know, being able to like just know what to do in any moment. I think amateur wrestling helped with that 100%, you know, 100%. I wouldn't be where I'm at today if I wasn't an amateur wrestler.
Luke, with the state of wrestling right now, you know, where you see these not to name any promotions out there.
Listen, I'm sorry to cut you off, and I'm going to have you ask that question.
No, go ahead.
Don't forget it. I thought you were fucking might have been dead. I thought you might have been dead, bro.
No one's gonna stop you, Luke.
I thought your mic froze. And then
it did freeze. No, it did freeze for a minute. It did freeze for a minute.
Like a wax person moving in the fucking museum. Like, I almost shit my pants.
Weekend at Bernie's.
Yeah, Weekend at Bernie's. Yes.
He just came alive out of nowhere.
All right.
Cool, Mike C, ask your question.
You're on a roll. We're loving. You've got all this energy. Stop and get in the way. It's like getting in front of a train. I'm going to get run over. Then it is Weekend at Bernie's. But my thing is, with you as being a real wrestler, a couple things. Number one, I think it helps you from a different perspective. That by not being a fan, but by being someone you can kind of have a different look, and other people who are just fans are kind of imitators. And then secondly, with some of these promotions, no names meant, but they just hire any college athlete that's a gymnast, a football player, and they try to build a wrestler. I wanted to get your compare and contrast with that, your true amateur wrestling background, to these people who really don't know anything about it, but they're just getting in the game now to be a personality on a big TV show.
Oh man, that's a loaded potato right there. You know, I
may not get a word in, so I figured this will give you a lot to go with.
Yeah, no, that was a great question. It really was.
You need to put a finger up so we know you're alive, and then you have a question. I'll be like, cool, Mike has a question.
So, I definitely feel like, okay, fuck, man. Professional wrestling to be a star, and it's hard for me to talk because I'm not the biggest star in the business, but to be a star, someone that transcends professional wrestling, The Rock, John Cena, Dave Bautista, Randy Orton, Stone Cold Steve Austin, guys that have gone out and done movies, Hulk Hogan. You have to have something inside of you that has nothing to do with athleticism, nothing to do with your background in sports or anything like that. Now, I do feel like wrestlers can transition into professional wrestling very well, but at the end of the day, professional wrestling is built on personalities, and storytelling, and personalities tell stories. And Dusty Rhodes, didn't look like a fucking amazing wrestler, but he could whip your motherfucking ass all up and down that ring and do it with style. And that's what made him a superstar,
280 pounds of sweet flying soul.
Sweet flying soul, baby. And that's kind of what's missing from wrestling, which is crazy to think about because they have all these athletes nowadays that, like you said, they bring in these athletes and they're like, hey, we're going to make you a wrestler. But they're not, they're focusing so much on the moves, and the moves don't mean shit if the people don't care about who you are. If they don't care about Certified Luke Kurtis, they're not going to care about my moves. But if they're invested in me, like Randy Orton, he could poke you in the eyes and the whole crowd will cheer. Ric Flair could chop you and the whole crowd will woo. Because they're a chop now. Look at all the guys that throw chops, bro, and it's all they do is woo. They don't even give a shit about you or your chop or the moves that you're doing. Guys will run spots in silence. They'll start a spot when the crowd is making no noise, and they'll do 10 moves, and at the end, the crowd will cheer. Because the crowd is not invested in you, as all they're waiting for is your move. So you need to have a personality to be a star in professional wrestling. And there's so many needs for so many people. You need guys that can fucking go out there and do moves. There's so many places on a show. But in my opinion, the ones that transcend, that become actors, that become stars, that drive the business forward. Because we have to break out of wrestling to make wrestling great, right? We got to be bigger than wrestling. We got to get fans that are not wrestling fans to watch us wrestle. That's what helps the business grow. And to get there, you need a personality. Fans. So I just think that I really do think that anybody that can dig down deep inside of them and not be afraid to show who they really are and work on themselves and train hard and love wrestling, they can be a star. Whether you were a fucking college athlete or you were an amateur wrestler or you were just Joe Blow off the street who watched the shit for your whole life and was like, you know what, man, I'm going to be a fucking pro wrestler one day, And if you're taught the right way, man, you could go really far,
This is not for everybody. Mike C, Cool Mike C, and Niko Exxtra do not have that it factor to step in the ring and physically go, sure, I could do some kind of Logan Paul bullshit where I go in there and poke you in the eye or something. But really getting down, no. I'm not taking a stunner. I'm not getting clothesline. None of this is happening for me because we just can't afford to lose like that. Because I'm gonna get injured. I'm gonna get a clothesline. I'm gonna get injured and break my fucking neck and be done with sipping out of a straw. You know what I mean? This is a real life sport.
And that's why at the end of the day, wrestling is not for everybody, no. but everybody with some money in their bank account can get into wrestling.
That's true.
And that's what they call the degradation of the wrestling business. When anybody can just come in and then it gets devalued and devalued and devalued. And then the students that never made it anywhere become the trainers. And they're training the guys that are paying to be wrestlers that shouldn't even be wrestlers to begin with. And then he was never even anywhere in his career. And then he teaches those guys and then they become the trainers. And then they don't know the big dance either. And then it just becomes lower and a lower product. And it takes away from the people at the top, So
mediocrity perpetuates itself.
That's just a fucking
it's just feeding itself forward. Mediocrity. You're right. So it really is good, I think, for you to be an OVW because your next step, obviously, is the big show with the weekly TV show and everything else. And I think this is a much better path for you to do than just doing the multiple that, you know, maybe Dark has or other places. But you're on or can on any given week with OVW, and you're used to that schedule. And having the mentors, Al Snow, I mean, that's invaluable. I mean, what an education.
And I am the star at OVW. You know, I do cut.
Yes, he was mistaken there.
I do carry the segments. I do work through breaks. You know what I mean? I am the star. I have to. It is my responsibility to help carry the fucking show. It's not like I'm the guy just coming in to do the job. No, bro. If the show sucks and fucking people don't come, they don't buy tickets, that's on me, bro. Because I fucking suck. So I have the responsibility of trying to be a star, and that's the shit that's gonna hopefully translate to the next level. Because if I can do it at OVW, I could do it when they put the money behind me. You know, like I had the building going crazy, bro, for this cage match. There was 450 people in there, and if you watch the ringside cam video, they're going fucking insane the whole time. And like I said, if there were 70,000 people in there, it'd be the loudest you ever fucking heard it, bro. It'd be the loudest you ever heard it, because they would all be going crazy, because that's just how wrestling works. So if I could do it here, I could do it there. And that's why I'm confident. I know I could do it, you know? It's just a waiting game.
And pardon my ignorance, who is the OVW world champion, and have you crossed paths? Is he on your team? Is he not on your team?
Okay, I'll give you the whole rundown. I am a part of a group in OVW. We are the faction. That is the name. We are the faction of professional wrestling, comprised of me, Certified Luke Kurtis, Adam Revolver, longtime OVW wrestler, Mahabali Shira. He works for Impact. That is the OVW heavyweight champion, the Indian Lion.
Right, yeah.
Our national champion is Jesse Goddard. You know Jesse Goddard.
Mr. Spectacular.
Mr. Spectacular.
Big in Impact.
That's the leader of our group. Then you have Shira is the heavyweight champ, and then you have EC3, who is also in the group, and he's the NWA.
Boo! No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah. Hey, boo us all you want, bro, but that's
Mike, that's a hell of a faction, though, for real. For like OVW, when you guys show up, it's like, oh fuck, we're getting around.
Yeah, no, for real. I was telling Jesse.
That's a strong.
Yeah, he knows we're doing this.
And our manager is Shannon the Dude, and he's a KY radio personality, and goddamn is he good, bro. He's so good, man. He gets me so much fucking heat, bro. They hate Shannon. Oh my god, bro. And
that's a hell of a fact. So who's the OVW world champion? Is there one?
It's the national championship, and that's Mr. Spectacular.
So you got all the gold at this point, pretty much.
Yeah, except I don't have my Rush championship. So I'm the one that's on the shit list right now.
Currently, you're gonna get it, obviously.
Yes, that is the plan. That is the plan. I'm gonna go fucking deal. I don't know. Tomorrow I have TV, so tomorrow I'm definitely gonna be addressing Blanco in some manner. So let's see what he has to say. But I definitely am trying to get another title match, which is fucking gonna happen because I get what I want. But you know,
let's hope they don't have another 4 Horsemen Lex Luger situation where they beat your ass out of the club. You know, you might have to fight and get them back. If you do, this is the thing though. If something like that happens, God forbid it, you get to get the redemption on each and every one of those goobers. So you be coming back one by one. Mahabali Shara gets boom in the back like Nancy Kerrigan.
You could work that for months, yeah.
You get
pick one at a time going back.
Shira is a big motherfucker.
Oh, he is, yeah.
We saw him in Empty Times. Huge guy.
We love Impact. We're actually potentially working with them in June, going up to Atlanta and doing some interviews and stuff. We're friends with a couple people. So
that's awesome. Yeah, I love Impact. Impact is a great show.
We might have to come to OVW though. It sounds like, you know what I mean?
Cool. You definitely need to come.
That's a loaded talent.
You definitely need to come when we do like a big pay-per-view at the end of the summer. We do our big one. That's going to be the biggest show of the year. There'll be a lot of good shit. But
like in August,
don't get started till
August. Yeah.
So let's get back to here. We got sidetracked. And I apologize. I know we said 30 minutes and we're 37 minutes, and I
don't have anywhere to be.
I really haven't asked that many questions. I got a whole shitload of questions here, but I know Mike has a bunch of. No, we love it. We love it. I know Mike has some questions too. Mike, maybe we can go one by one in the future. What is your most memorable moment you've had in pro wrestling at this point in your career?
Wow, bro, you're asking. So the only reason why I'm laughing is because my memory is shit, bro. I take a lot of fucking bumps, dude. I bump a lot, bro. Like, I'm bumping all over the place. So honestly, the most memorable shit was the shit that just happened on Saturday.
The most recent thing.
Yeah,
there had to be a moment, probably non-wrestling, but where you were wrestling someone, you were in the ring with someone, you shared a ring with someone.
Okay,
something had to be really special.
I have maybe a couple memorable moments. I feel like when I did the WWE segment where I came out with the 5 guys for MVP and Braun Strowman came and barreled through us, that was obviously an incredible moment because I got to be in my gear and they got to see me backstage in my fucking robe and they were impressed. Now, why these motherfuckers have not reached out to me and asked me for a job when they know I was walking around backstage looking like a star? They know it for a fact, you know, and I've talked to a lot of the guys there. Everybody's like, fucking robe's awesome, bro. You look great, blah, blah, blah. Everybody eyeing me. Triple H, bro, looking at me. I'm like, I know you see me, bro, but Triple H will never sell it, bro. I feel like that. I feel like he just like, he's such the boss, you know, he's so like on point with what he's doing and focused on the show that he does not have time for bullshit like that. So it's like very professional that way. But I know that I'm there looking good, standing out. I can't even remember what the question was. Oh, memorable moment. So that was very memorable for me. And no, honest to God, the match with Blanco was extremely, extremely memorable for me because, man, just. I was very proud of myself after that because and even though I have like, you know, it's on site with Blanco and I really do not like that motherfucker, in a way I was proud of him too. Because he came out of that fucking mask, bro, and I wasn't sure, and he ended up becoming a champion at OVW, like a legit champion. Like he looked like the fucking champion, like he belonged. Now, granted, I'm going to beat his ass and take my shit back. But in that match, it was so memorable for me because what I was able to do with the OVW crowd, it's just all coming together for me. And I'm somebody that's always on the forward. You know, I'm never satisfied. So like, it's hard for me to really like, it's like my curse for me. Like I can't sit in moments and think like, oh my God, I'm so proud. I'm so happy. Like I want more, bro. You know, like I need more. So, but
yes, sir. I said we're gonna go one after one by one.
Okay. No, but Mike, what I was just gonna say I was just gonna say since we last saw you about a year and a half or so ago, a lot's happened for you and Layla. You've both exceeded in each of your paths, and I know that part of your bigger plan on a 5-year plan was to make it over to Europe. I know you said, well, with because at the time with COVID restrictions it was tougher, but now it's opened up. I was just going to see the balance that you have with, as well as you're doing here in the States, obviously with OVW, Layla with AEW, but still with your plan to spend some time over in Europe and broaden your brand internationally. I was going to see how your plans were maybe for the next year or two in those respects.
Well, I have my passport. I'm ready to go. And I, honest to God, feel like I have the connects to make it happen. Like, I feel like right now I could reach out to enough people and I could go to the UK and do a tour or something like that. And I was just thinking about this today. So it's crazy that you asked. I actually did an interview for a German magazine that they put out. It's a pretty big one over there. So like, I know that like there's a market for that. And I know I could go over there and do great because the American bad guy, bro, like I just eat it up, you know. Come out with the American. I get the American flag robe, bro. I'd kill them people, bro. They'd hate me. But I really do feel like I have the connects to make that happen. It's just right now with OVW, we have our summer tour coming up. And so every Thursday we have our TV, and then every Friday and Saturday we'll have a house show somewhere in Kentucky, and then we'll have some shows in the week too. So wrestling is not something that I really have to worry about for the summer, because this is like an improvement period. This is when we really get to go to those house shows and just kind of feel it out and not have that TV pressing down on us, and we can just kind of experiment, with our ability. And that's what helped make me better last year was the summer tour. I worked, goddamn, I don't even know how many shows, man. So many shows over the summer. And the same thing is about to come up. So after those 3 months, it would be time to do something like that. But I'm also like in the middle of like something that I really want to see how it develops, before I make any decisions. So like right now I consider like myself to be in like a building period. Like I'm building myself up. Sorry, Kofi, go somewhere. My dog is moving the camera.
Dog just took a shit right on the camera. He's like, arr.
So right now I'm in a building period, a preparation period, getting as good as I can, getting my body as good as I can for I guess the end of 2023 and 2024 is going to be my year, man. It's going to be my year, dude.
I'm hoping you can come back on the show after that big announcement goes public and your career takes the next turn it's going to do with the thing you're going to do.
Hell yeah, I'll come on your show, Niko. You already know that, brother.
Because you're going to be like another, like you're kind of doing levels here. I'll say right now, you're up a level from the last time we've, like interacted in person.
Yes.
You seem like a whole new character, if so, but it's you. This is more like the real you. You know what I mean? Because you're comfortable.
It's an evolution. It's definitely evolving to a higher level for sure.
And then I think the next, after the other thing comes out, I think that it's going to be another kind of step up for you. And you mentioned earlier that your goal is to eventually be kind of like a star. When you when you say that, you're talking. You want to be a star, Niko. Hollywood. I know he's a star now, but I'm talking, you want to be like a Hollywood star. You want to be in movies, stunts.
Yeah, I'm definitely open to those things, of course. Yeah, and I feel like the more that I, evolve into who I am, the more confidence I get in that. I'm like, oh yeah, I could definitely do that. Like, given a little training, a little experience, I would love to do something like that. At the end of the day, I really just want to work with my girl, She's going to be my wife. I would love to just work with my wife and travel and do what we do. I know that together our brand is going to be massive. I know there's so many things that we could sell together, different ways for us to make money. And we're always going to be a unit and a team. Yeah. Yep. So like if we can build together like that, like that's really what I would like to do, And I'm just really like, open to whatever opportunities are out there,
And for those of you listening, Layla Gray from AEW is the fiance of Certified Luke Kurtis. They're technically doing this together, which is such an interesting thing that you're becoming superstars. She's already a superstar, I guess.
She's already a
power couple.
You're an OVW superstar, but you're looking to, one day be in AEW, WWE, even Impact Wrestling. There's so many, and even New Japan. There's so many different ways you could go. You're on the way now. I think you're there now because we're homies, but I think both of you really are on a trajectory that's kind of like sky's the limit, and it's really exciting to see the growth of you two. The first time I saw her on AEW, I was like, holy shit, you know what I mean? Like, damn, like she got a real gimmick going with Jade Cargill, because Jade Cargill's the hottest female professional wrestler going right now. No offense 100%. To Cole, who's in love with Charlotte Flair, but Jade Cargill is her right now. You know what I mean?
Yes, yes. Jade is awesome. Yeah, and I've spent time with Jade too, and Jade is awesome. She's cool. She's a cool person too. Of
course, you love Charlotte.
And Jade is a star. And we knew right away. Like as soon as Layla got the opportunity, I told her. I said, "Hey, you need to get close to Jade." I said, and not even necessarily as a friend or whatever like that. That's who you need to be around, because if you're going to be coming in as a baddie, as her confidant, as her sidekick, the motherfucking people need to know that you'll ride or die for her, or you ain't doing it right. You got to make them believe, So
homies chill together. It's real.
Yeah.
I'm sure you really chill with your whole faction. I'm sure all you guys hang out and drink beers and stuff.
Yeah, and talk about all the backstage drama and shit, right?
Hang out at Foxtail Coffee and talk shit probably to each other. You know?
Yeah.
I love it. So what's the vibe like in the locker room at a OVW, and then when you go to AEW or WWE, the vibe? How does the vibe differ in each kind of locker room, and what is your preference? Like, I feel like at a OVW might kind of be like big fish in a normal pond. It's not, it's not a small pond, but it's not the WWE pond.
Yeah,
but you're definitely kind of running stuff there. Was it completely different at AEW and WWE, or are you still able to kind of be you there?
Yes, I would say so. The thing about OVW is home. So like everybody in there, like at the end of the day, we all understand that we're there to do business for each other. A lot of people don't even know what that means. I'm not even going to get into it. But we all know that we're there to do business for each other, and that's enough for us to be a family. Yeah, we fight and we have arguments, and people are going to see all that. But at the end of the day, we got each other's back. Obviously, when I go to a WWE or an AEW, it's more shark-infested waters because I'm the guy trying to come in, and people are like, who the fuck are you? Now, I'm at a point now where, like, even like WWE, I have a great network there. I feel like, I know so much of the talent that it's a great experience for me. Same with AEW. I know so much more people in the business that so many people are receptive to me now that even when I go to those places, it's all love because people either know Layla at AEW and they're going to support me because they support her, or at WWE, I've built my own connections that are there to last. I mean, bro, I don't even know if I'm supposed to say this, but when we were at WrestleMania, I was in a yard house with Layla, and Adam Pearce came up to me, bro, and shook my fucking hand and said, hey, how are you? You doing good? Everything good? I was like in my street clothes. Well, I wasn't in a suit. I was still certified, but he remembered me, bro. And I was like, damn, like that means a lot to me. That means a lot. That means the world to me, bro, because I think to myself like, hey, I'm not there, but I must be on the right path. Like if the guy's going to fucking say hello to me, take the time to say hello to me in a yard house, like I'm memorable in some way, man. Fuck, man.
Dude, that's pretty cool. I mean, like
OVW gets visibility.
Oh yeah, they watch OVW. Definitely.
They watch it. They're watching.
They're looking for OVW as people that they could bring up to the next level easily. What is the ultimate goal for you in professional wrestling? I know you said, you want to be like in LA Confidential kind of thing, but like what do you kind of in pro wrestling, where is your ultimate like dream?
Honestly, okay. I'm gonna give you.
Damn it, you know what? I fucking made it.
I'm gonna give you two answers. What I really want that would make me the most happiest is, like I said, if I could work with Layla, no matter where it's at, no matter what capacity. I don't care if I'm a fucking clown, bro. I'll go to AEW tomorrow. They could put makeup on me. I'll be a fucking cross-dresser. I don't give a fuck, bro. I'll be happy working with her, making money. I understand what this business is. But my dream, what I push for, is I either want to be the WWE champion or the AEW champion, or even a champion. I think I would be happy with at this point. But my goal is to be the world champion, of wherever I'm at. Even OVW right now, my goal, I'm in a faction with Jesse and them, so it's not like that. But if something ever happens, whoops, I would like that championship. I would like to be the national champion. I believe that I deserve that, and I could carry that shit, and that's what it's all about at the end of the day. No matter where I'm at or what I'm doing, I'm going to rise to the level. I don't have it in me to where I'm like, fuck, man, you're going to fail. You're not going to be able to carry this. No, bro, I'm going to do whatever it takes. I'm going to bring whatever out of me it takes to make people interested, make people invested, make whatever it is mean something. So I want to be the champion of any company that I'm working for, but WWE or AEW, and if Layla's there, even better. I want to be the champion, bro.
Cool, Mike C. I see you. I love this
Yeah, this is good.
You are definitely on your way. You are definitely on your way when it comes to wrestling. Layla is definitely on their way, and if the two of you as a couple could work it out in wrestling even better. And going back to the bigger picture, we already talked about building your brand internationally. I just wanted to see if you did have contacts, in Hollywood or Orlando with just like maybe after the summer tour this year, maybe something later in the year when you can get, a couple of weeks of a pocket to do something.
As far as television or international work?
The television or film work or anything else that you may have outside of wrestling that you could do in between to help build your brand a little bit there. And it doesn't have to be as big as.
Yeah, there's definitely opportunities for that, and I've missed some of them by being a little bit lazy. Like even out here, I know Al is doing a movie right now, and I think they were looking for people for that. He's doing a Western. He was actually doing that tonight, so we didn't have our review. And then there was another wrestling opportunity for a TV show or something out here. But as far as those connections go, I do have some people that are involved with that, but I've never really sat down and spoken to them like that's a thing, because I feel like that's a little more down the road for me. There's some things that I want to get done in wrestling to propel me to who I want to be before I go into film. I want to introduce somebody a little different into like film, a more improved product.
I was even part-time, like even part-time to get your name out there so that when you go to shows, they go, oh, I know Certified Luke Kurtis. He was in this one show. He had one part as a bad guy. You show you beat the daylights out of somebody.
Yeah.
Something as a resume builder for later.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah, that would definitely be a great thing to look into. And me and Layla have spoken about like me getting licensed as like a stuntman or something like that. And I feel like that would be a good way for me to break into that. Like if I got involved in stunts, they would be like, well, you're a good looking guy. Like maybe you could be in a role. You know what I mean? So,
right.
We'll see, man.
Get your SAG card and you're off to the races. Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah,
Saki,
I definitely.
sock puppet.
I need to be more proactive. Saki the sock puppet.
I love that dude. He's awesome. He has 27 different sock puppets. He is great. He'd be rocking it. We got all kinds of crazy people up in here. We are 20 people live. Ask your questions here. We've been running the gauntlet with Certified Luke Kurtis. Let's hear what you guys have to say. Let's hear some more questions. I have more questions. Mike, do you have any questions you want to go real quick? I hate to go past the hour, but I'm having a lot of fun because quite frankly, I miss you.
Yeah, man, I don't care. We can talk,
I know.
Kofi, go away.
There's nothing wrong with this being the longest interview ever.
As you all are growing so much, just one of your right.
Is he going
I
out
was going to say, being in Florida, Mother Lover Jake Tucker, you success and things too. Do you guys, keep up with him at all? Channing Lauren, Stacks?
Yeah. I always try. There's only two guys that I always try to reach out to and show love to, that I feel like were very receptive to me on the indies, and people that I just really respect what they do. One of them is him. I actually should reach out to him because it's probably been, time goes by so fast now, especially when somebody goes and does something else. It's probably been like months since I've messaged him or anything like that. But what we'll do is, drop in and show love, and that's it. Like, reply to a story or something like, hey man, good to see you're doing good, blah, blah, blah. So I keep up with him, and I keep up with Dawkins, Malik,
Yeah.
So I always
Malik, yeah, right.
And they both are doing so good, and it's so deserved, and I knew that they would do great when they're there, and I just remember when they were, when they win, and yeah, of course, man, I always try to reach out to guys, and it's guys that I respect, because like the fact that they got there and did that, like I have respect for them because they belong, those guys belong, man. And man, yeah. if they ever give him that gimmick back, would be one of the biggest baby faces in the company.
Oh, he'd kill it.
Or
dude,
whatever.
I'm 43 years old. I've been watching wrestling my whole life. I'm 43. I started watching when I was 5. I got the picture of Rikishi the first time I fucking went to a wrestling match in 1985 to this date. Like Mother Lover has it. You know what I mean? As soon as I interviewed that dude, I was like, damn, this dude's got, and then he went in the ring and he was that dude can, and he is being so held back.
Yep. I was just going to say that.
It really is. And Malik too. Malik in this tag team with the sweater, like, dude, you have so physically in the ring and physically appearance, like that dude's got it all.
Yep.
So I think both them guys will. And then NXT is weird, it's politics. You know all about them. And if the politics, they play the game right, the next thing you know, they're the NXT North American champion. You know what I mean? Like we all know that Stacks, whatever his name is now, is going to make it, probably to the big show one day. I think he will. He deserves it, and you deserve it too. I think you're going to get your shot. What you do with it is on you. It's the politics is probably going to be your biggest issue. Let's be honest. It's going to be playing nice in the back day in day out.
Because what it is I am a great employee. Like wherever I work, trust me, I'm a phenomenal employee. The problem is that people start to believe like the gimmick, bro. And I think that's a little crazy, bro. When wrestlers start to like think that because they see you in an interview or they see you in the ring or whatever they see on Twitter, they think like, oh, they hate you or whatever. They think that this is who you really are. So I don't know, man. I mean, that's the only politic issues. But once I work somewhere and once I get to know people, like everybody loves me, dude. Like I'm the easiest guy to work with, bro. Who wouldn't want to work with me, dude? I work for the people and I work for the guy I'm working for. I'm a bump machine. I get guys over, bro. I call spots for the other person. I don't even try to get myself over. It just fucking happens, bro. So like, why would you want to work with me? I'll take all your shit, bro. I don't give a fuck.
We got some questions coming from the audience. Have you met Triple H? I know you said you have. Name us a moment with Triple H that you can look.
I haven't met Triple H like that. I've never even shook Triple H's hand, and I would never approach Triple H. So I haven't met Triple H. I just seen him and been close to him, and that's
what's so funny is you respect him so much that you wouldn't shake his hand. If I saw him, true story. Me, Cool Mike C, Jay, our whole crew. He was at Full Sail in his bus. Driving by and we're like, Triple H. We're yelling at his bus. That's how disrespectful we
are. Like the Beatles going by.
Yeah, because somebody like that, he understands that I need to understand my place when I'm in a building like that. And he needs to know that I understand my place. So I'm definitely not going to be the one guy that's
right.
Yeah, like he's the boss. I have respect. But I'll tell you like a story. Like I watched him get like I watched him get in the ring and like help somebody do something better, like throw a punch or like the position they should have thrown it from, and it was like just a great thing to see because he was so right. And it was like one of those things where you're like, damn, man, that's why he is who he is, and then when they did it on TV, they executed it and it was much better than what they were going to do. And I was like, man, that's why he's the man, because he was able to get in there and do that. And I know people respect that, man. I know they respect that because he almost becomes an agent.
He's a wrestler.
Yeah, let me help you make this better. And being the guy that's running creative and doing that for you, like he has the vision. And this is the same with Al. When Al comes home, when Al sits there and he writes the show OVW, he has a vision in his mind of how it's supposed to look. And then the wrestlers are there to execute his vision. And if they don't do that, he'll be like, oh, well, this didn't look right, blah, 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 because they didn't give him what he was picturing when he wrote it down. And only he knows what that is. So your job as a wrestler is to really understand what your boss wants. The guy who's writing it, what does he want? What does he envision? What are his tendencies? And then you figure out how to deliver those, and then they start to love you, But it was cool to see him get in there and really show somebody how to execute something. And I was like, man, that's awesome. But talk about meeting people. Who was I meeting again?
I'm just trying to get all these comments to go through. Triple H, Ryan Gaming, who, interesting. We met Ryan at SummerSlam and actually sat at the bar with the Usos, and he bought them drinks. It's pretty funny. So we got to meet him through TikTok. He says, who is your dream tag team partner? If you could meet anybody or be a tag team partner with anybody, who would it be?
Dead or alive?
Sure. Let's go dead or alive. Let's do one of each.
One of each. If I could tag with one wrestler, Paul Orndorff.
Mr. Wonderful Paul Orndorff. Nice. Y'all would have some robe game going on, some real strong robe game.
Yeah, he's definitely one of my favorite wrestlers. Most people in here probably don't even know who that is.
Oh, come on. They got to know it.
They probably never even seen him match, bro. They never seen him pile drive Hogan.
He says,
they never seen him pile drive Hogan in the ring, bro. If they did, they'd be better.
Are you rocking the fanny pack right now? Tim wants to know.
Hell no, bro. Hell no. You never catch me in a fanny pack, bro. I have a very serious issue.
Oh, sorry, Royal Rumble, my bad.
With Cal Hero, the fanny pack kid. If people know who he is, he wears a fucking fanny pack, and me and him, we got issues, bro. No fanny packs. We beat him bloody in the ring like a month ago. The faction.
You're obviously too young to know about The Rock's Halloween when he.
I know about it. The fanny pack and the chain. I'm just telling you. Look, people are in here talking about Cal sucks. That's how they know. Telling you.
Who is your favorite wrestler from the modern and 2000s era? And how old are you? You're a youngster yourself, right?
I'm 29. I'm not that young. I'm about to be 30, brother.
But in the 2000s, you were.
If WWE's watching, I'm 24.
I'm 24 years old.
Sign me.
And 2 inches
2000
taller.
And on. Who was your favorite wrestler? So 2000 and on.
24 and 6'7".
Nice. That's the way to go. Who was your favorite wrestler in the early days?
Cena.
Early days for you, not for me.
Yeah, he's right. It was Cena. I did say Cena.
Yeah, you said it.
I like Kurt Angle. I like Eddie Guerrero. I like Jericho. I like Stone Cold. I like them all, bro. I like all the good guys, all the one that everybody liked, all the good wrestlers that people were like, hey, these guys are fucking awesome.
He said, no cap, bro. He was the shit. I love it.
He was the shit.
Cool, Mike C. I know you got a couple more questions. I got a couple more, and then we'll all get out of here and go to bed. I know we got stuff to do. It's a busy Tuesday or Wednesday or Thursday, whatever.
I got an 8:00 haircut appointment, picking up Layla from the airport at 11, going to OVW at 4:00, getting Chick-fil-A before I go. That is always the routine. Dealing with Blanco, leaving OVW. We go to get tacos from a food truck that's close to our house every Thursday night. We sit back and we watch the show on this couch and on this TV right there. And that is how my day will go tomorrow. But let's get into the questions.
That's funny you say that, because my question was, how do you balance work and personal life? And you pretty much just explained it. You you take business, you beat that down of Blanco or whatever clowns in front of you. You go pick up your beautiful fiance. You watch some TV, and then you rinse and repeat, as Brock Lesnar would say.
Yes. We have dinners. We do certified stuff. We chill with our dog, and
certified stuff. That's a certified day. Clint said it best. That is an absolute certified. People, there's still 24 of you, 25 of you in here. Ask your questions. We don't usually have this many people on an hour and 4 minutes. We only do a 30-minute show. Maybe we need to start doing a longer show, Cool Mike C.
I think it depends on the guest.
That's true. It's all because you're here, big dog.
Not necessarily the amount of people. That's definitely the guest, but the time.
When I figure out how we go live on TikTok, we're gonna bring you back, and we're gonna have there was 445 people in my TikTok live.
Dude, bring the TikTok back up. We can just keep this going.
I think it was fucking up. You want to try it again? It was fucking up the audio, I think. I don't know. We can try it.
We can run the TikTok, but we got to keep it fresh. So
yeah, you can't. No more F-bombs for the foreseeable future. We'll see how it goes.
It's on TikTok?
Nah, not really.
Okay. So PG for TikTok. All right. Well, everybody on here got the good shiz. Now we'll go to TikTok and we'll kayfabe a little bit.
The unrated version.
Can we Fizzuck? Can we Carney?
Guys, for the people that are in here right now, when I go live on TikTok, if it starts going shitty, the stream, let me know in the comments. Be like, hey, this sucks.
They asked if there was a female wrestler I would tag with. I tag with my girl, bro, all the time. Vera Marie.
The TikTok audio was fine.
It was fine the whole time. I think it's just you.
I don't know. I get scared because we have issues in the past. We're gonna turn it back on.
I got a good match this Saturday coming up.
Tell me match this Saturday. Who do you got going?
Wait, are we connected to the TikTok yet?
We are TikTok live.
Was there
Quit cursing. Gosh darn it. Quit darn it. Let me know in the comments. comments over here. Welcome.
This Saturday in Wisconsin, I am wrestling the chairman, Sean Spears. Ooh. So that should be a good one. You know, he's a former OVW guy, current AEW guy. You know, it'll be a good opportunity for me to show that I'm not the bad child that everybody thinks I am. That I'm a good guy who's great to work with.
Give him a beat.
That's a big
and I'm gonna beat his ass.
Yeah.
We watched Sean Spears wrestle many times at NXT, and he was a legit wrestler. You know what I mean? Like, I loved it.
Yeah.
Is it good or is it bad? People, let us know. It is saying it's cutting out. I told you.
Niko cannot handle any glitch in the stream. It drives him crazy. It was cutting out.
Look, audio's cutting up on TikTok. I told you, man.
It's running. Are you loading those? Hey, are you loading those comments on my screen?
Yes.
Or do they just come up? So you literally just put the comment that said audio is cutting out. Like I didn't see it on the side. So now you put it over my face so I would see it. I heard them. You did it again?
Yeah.
I heard them say it, bro. Look, someone else said it's perfect on TikTok.
So TikTok works.
I'll
Sean is a great...
Guys, I'm sorry. I'll figure it. I have 138,000 people on there. I don't know why it doesn't work. Go ahead. So annoying.
Sean is a great wrestler, and the advantage that I have is I've watched a lot of his matches, and he probably hasn't watched any of mine. So I already know all his shit.
So we tried it, guys. Thank you for bearing with us. Thank you for bearing with us for that test. We're testing the waters. That's what we're here for.
Yeah, we'll figure it out.
Mike, you have more questions for Certified Luke Kurtis?
Well,
I can't hear anything you're saying.
A bit more about the summer run. It's going to be. Now I'm not in.
Where are you going to be this? Where are you going to be this summer?
No, I was just. I was going to say
his audio.
Some of the shows that he has coming this summer, like the pay-per-view that we could go to. Dude, my audio is good. This stream, I don't know then.
TikTok ruined everything. Go ahead. I heard him. He said, what do you have got going on this summer?
Yeah, like I said, the OVW Live Summer
Just a
Tour.
good chance for you to.
Yeah, they're really just going to be like, they're more of
What would be a
shows, so we go to like
big show that's a must-see, that's kind of your main this summer that we would go to?
He's delayed.
I don't know the exact day, but at the end of it'll be in August. We'll have our big
one big show.
No, we have pay-per-views every month, and they're all fire when I'm on it.
Up there for it, so that would be SummerSlam for you. Well, let us know the next one that you're going to be on. We ought to go there, Niko.
Is it me or is his audio fucked up? I don't.
His audio is fucked up.
Do I sound okay?
You sound fine.
You sound fine to me, and then it's TikTok this time. It's always something else. We're like the clown crew.
Look, just follow me. Stay up to date with me. I post about the pay-per-views. The pay-per-views are always good, but when there's a good one, you know, let me know. I'll let you know, and then if you want to come, you can come. If not, fuck it. But at the end of August is our big one. That's when it's all gonna go down. You know.
That's where we
said.
go.
Let Luke talk. He put it on the screen.
That's cool, Mike C. Damn it! Don't you dare talk to him like that.
He said, "I stopped talking."
Certified Luke Kurtis. Where can they find you?
All right, guys. You guys can find me on YouTube. I post all of my matches. I post my promos. The pay-per-view in August is at the Davis Arena, as always. Follow me. Just Google the fucking Certified Luke Kurtis. YouTube, Luke Kurtis versus whoever. Instagram, Certified Luke Kurtis. Twitter, _Luke Kurtis is the only one that's different. Facebook, Certified Luke Kurtis. Literally, Certified Luke Kurtis. Just Google it, bro. You'll find me. And that's Luke Kurtis with a K, baby. Don't forget it. Certified with a C, Kurtis with a K.
This has turned out to be my favorite interview so far in my young interview career. So thank you very much for entertaining me. I am truly proud of you. Me too. It totally made my day. This guy wrote that guy. Don't you talk about Cool Mike C like that. That's my homie, you fuck. Anyway. Thank you so much for joining us. I really appreciate it. We are going to come up there and see OVW, see you in action. I definitely look forward to seeing you, hanging out with you and Layla, and
let's do that.
We won't say out loud what we do, but we'll do what we do. You know what I mean? We'll have a good time. Thank you so much, everyone. Certified Luke Kurtis. You can find him on social media as the Certified One. You will see him in the future, I'm sure, in AEW and or WWE. And don't discount Impact and NWA, because that 10 pounds of gold would look pretty good on you, man. I will say this. That's a beautiful belt.
100%.
So I won't add that post right there that just came out with that comment, but thank you very much for that. Everyone, thank you so much for joining us. Certified Luke Kurtis, thank you for joining us. Cool Mike C, thank you for bearing with us with this audio. Have a great night, everybody. Let's play some music. Go ahead.
Good to hear from you, Luke.
And we are. And this interview is signed, sealed, and certified
by Luke effing Kurtis.